Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday night. I am so excited. We have so many new, maybe not new. We have so many people on tonight, and this is really exciting. So Amber is going to be talking to us about Canva, but before we do that, Cassie, any announcements, anything to call our attention to before we get started?
There was no new announcements posted today or no new news articles, but just a reminder to everybody, definitely it is beneficial to check your news tab regularly throughout the week because we, never know when something new might pop up there, and use the view more feature at the bottom of the page if you're not seeing, to kind of refresh it. So that helps push things back to the top. But the back end stock on the product list. So Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Lulu Scentsy Friends will be available finally. And Squeeze the Day Bathroom Cleaner is coming back, and Clothesline Scentsy Fresh will be back available as well. So
awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Amber, let me make you a co-host so that you can share. And I'm going to mute myself. And tell us who you are, introduce yourself, do all of that fun stuff, and then tell us what you're going to do with us.
All right, so I'm Amber. I'm a star consultant. I've been with Scentsy, it will be 10 years. This actually in, I think, like 3 days, I think on the 25th, I think it is. So I am going to do stuff on Canva here for you. Let me see about sharing my screen. Okay. Can everyone see it okay? Thumbs up. Good. Okay. Let me put you guys down here. Okay. So this is what Canva looks like when you first come on to Canva. So I recommend making a account. I only use the free version of Canva. You can use the Pro, which you have to pay for. I'm not exactly sure what the price is. I haven't had the need to pay for it. So until I do, I'm using the free version. But this is the top part of what Canva is going to look like. By logging in, you'll be able to save all of your projects. There's a few ways that you can go about looking for your projects. You can scroll down, and these can be your recent designs. Or you can go to your projects here. You can share things, which I'll show how to do that as well. But what I'm going to first show you is I kind of made I'm going to do my logo here. This is my logo that I made. So actually, let me go back. So if you're going to create a design, you're going to either go to create a design here. You can go to here where it's going to show you more of different things that you can look at, or you can do a custom size if you know exactly what size you need. I usually always do the create a design, and then I'll do logo or invitation, Facebook cover, whatever it is. Say you want to do a Facebook post. So let's pull up a Facebook post that you could use on social media. It's going to give you a blank screen. And it's also going to give you some, over here on the left side, will give you some ideas of what you can use, and you can change some of these too. Now, if you see where it says Pro and it has this little crown, those are things that you have to pay for. So there's either pictures or an embellishment or a text background, something that is Pro that you have to pay for. You can still use them, but they usually have like little lines through them. So it's not the full one. You can also go to elements, which these are all like the kind of little embellishments. What I like to do is I like to start with a background. So let's say we want to look for stars. So I always go up here, we want a star background, and I hit stars. Anything that they have situated for stars will be in here. So let's say we like this one. You can click on it, or you can click and drag them, either or. Now here's your background. Say you don't want that background to be as bright as it is. Say you just kind of want it as a transparency. So you can go up here and you can go 0 the whole way down to nothing, 100 to 0. Either or, wherever you feel like you want it. So let's say we go right there. Now you want text. Canva is so easy to use. It basically walks you through what you need. You want a big heading, little heading, or you want to use one that they have. So you want to, this is a pro. So like if I use pro, it's going to tell me, do you want to try it for free 30 days? Oh, maybe they changed it where you can't use them. Before you could. Let's see. Let's say we're making a party. So you can click it and it will bring it over. And you can make it as big or as little as you want. So there you go. You can add elements. I love the gradients. I use these a lot. These little guys. I like these as backgrounds. I know this doesn't match, but I use these as backgrounds, but you can use position too, and you can send the stuff backwards. So then it's behind your text. Some of them that I've used before, you can actually change the colors, but you just scroll through lines, shapes, photos. You can also do uploads. So these are all the uploads that I have done, what I have used for mine. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to show you. Let's see. Okay, this is one that I just redid today. So I had a different picture here. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this so I can show you. So this is what I had, and I want to do my picture. But the picture that I used, which is this, kind of gives you, it's cut off. Do you see how it's like square? I didn't really like that squareness of it. All your pictures you can resize. So I can take like the top, the words on my shirt there, I can take off. But I didn't really like how, excuse me, this looked. So I was like, okay, how do I change that? So I went to elements, excuse me, and I actually use this little guy. So this is a frame. I resized him to how I wanted, and I basically grabbed my picture and put my picture in there. And that's what I did with that one. Another thing that's great with Canva that I use is the website. Excuse me. So I use this as an Instagram post. When I went up to create, I did Instagram post. And I use this as a website, and I just added pages. I'm going to zoom in. And so I made my page. I think I have like 4. What you do, any of them, you can share, go to share. You can go to download, say you want to download this as a video, as an image. You would download it, choose how you want to. I did it as a website. So you click website. I did scrolling. And this is the website. This is what people will see. And this, hang on, let me move this. This right here is what you would share. Up here, this is your website that you would share to your customers or whoever to go right to here. You can make it clickable. Like this, I made clickable. For them when they're on, they can click that and it will take them right to the join page on my website. You can do that all through Canva. Now I know, I don't know if she's on because I can't see who's on right now, but is Lisa on? Because she said she knows how to share, like she did a team. I don't see her on.
Yeah, she is not on, Amber. They're having bad storms down in Louisiana. And so she was losing power and it was going back in and out, but she sent something in our chat. I think she was going to send a graphic on whatever she said she was going to, that you talked to her about. She was going to send a graphic afterwards on how to do that.
Okay. Yeah, so she said she shares with her team. And I haven't used that yet, but playing around with Canva, they've updated it. And I think if you go to share, you can share this design with people or teams here. And they would get only, you would have to change it here. I would think if you're adding people up here, I'm assuming that only those people will be able to see your image. But if you want to do, like, I think, Heather, I've got stuff from Anna, like this one that Heather shared, which was her April newsletter. This was a template that she shared. And then I just put my information there. I think you can go to anyone with the link and then go to a template link and then copy this and share it out. And it will make a template of whatever you made for somebody else to edit for themselves. Now, again, I haven't tried that, so I'm not exactly sure if that's how you do it, but I'm thinking that's probably what she uses, this share design. Now, if you want to just print this, say you just, or not print it, but you want to share it to just download it on your computer to share wherever, like you're not actually doing a print, you would just hit download. Now, there are Canva Pro items on here. As you can see these images that kind of have squares. Those are all Canva Pro. You can download a free watermark draft of it and it will print and share to wherever you have it shared on your computer. But you see these lines through these pictures. This has a brand that says Canva. That's the Pro image. Some people care about it, some people don't. It's whatever you choose. You can also share on social. You can print your design. If you go to more, it basically brings everything up of how you can download, share. I was looking at this earlier because they did recently update and they changed some things. And I saw they have Project Broadcast. If some people know about Project Broadcast, it's like a text messaging service. So they have that. They have everything that you can share this through. But does anyone have any questions that I can answer, or you want to know how to do something?
Anybody?
I have a quick question. When I download, I can't always figure out where I download it to. It doesn't always show me where I'm putting it.
So mine always show up on the bottom of my screen.
Mm-hmm.
And mine go into a download folder. But I'm not sure how yours, like I'm on a Mac, so I don't know how PC is different.
Okay. Yeah.
If you have a download folder on your hard drive, check
Mhm.
that, because that's usually where items go first.
So then from that folder, I would open it up and put it to
Yeah,
wherever.
then you can move it
wanted.
wherever you wanted.
Because
Yeah.
I would save I have a Scentsy folder, so I save things to particular folders inside of that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I could use it again and again. Okay, so maybe that's what I need to do.
Yeah, check the download folder. That's what I would check.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Yep. All right. I saw in the chat, the app version is definitely different than the web version. I do not care for the app version. I like doing everything on my computer. I know Melissa's different. She likes doing everything from her phone mostly. And I know there's others that prefer their phone. I like doing my designs and Canva through the website. If you're
That
doing
makes
the
me
app,
feel better. Because
yeah,
I tried the app and I was like, I can't understand this. And I was like, I don't know why people are talking about Canva.
It's way
Yeah,
harder
the
on your
website's
phone. I
the
agree.
website's way better.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
I like the website too.
yeah,
Okay.
100%.
yeah.
Well, that makes me feel
am-
better because I am technology, like not savvy. And I was like, okay, this app is not easy.
Well, that goes the
Yeah.
same. I would say that goes the same for PicMonkey as well. They're those two programs are very similar, and PicMonkey is way better on the computer than it is on the phone. And a lot of times with a robust design program like Canva and PicMonkey, it's very difficult to be able to do everything that you want to do from your phone. That's why I like Over, or now it's Studio, I think is what it's called, on my phone, because it's very quick. But when you want something that's more elaborate, going into my computer and using Canva or PicMonkey is, you know, it's more effective.
Yeah. Let's see. Megan says if there are multiple pages, then it saves it as a zip file. Yes. Like you saw me doing that website and I went to save it, it would save it as a zip file because there's multiple pages on it.
Right, and that's where, like, if you can't find your pictures, it may have gone there.
Yeah.
And so if like you're going to upload a picture, like if you've downloaded like 5 pictures and you go to upload it to Facebook, the file isn't going to show you your zip file. You'd have to, like, it only shows you like JPEGs or whatever. So you
Right.
might not be able to see it. You might have to go to your actual like downloads folder to then find the zip file.
Yep.
So you can share directly from Canva, you don't have to save it and then share it. You can do both, right?
Yeah, it looks like they've updated that where you can share directly to right from there. I've never tried it.
Okay.
I've always downloaded it because that's how it was before. But it looks like now you can share it wherever. You can share it
Cool.
directly.
I'll give it a try. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Amber, that little trick that you did with your picture to get it to, you know, do that design, did you do the design first and then laid the picture over, and that would work for anything, and it just takes it follows the shape of it?
So what I used was a frame. It's called a frame. Other embellishments won't do that. If it's a frame, it's basically saying, okay, here's your frame. You put a picture inside of that. So if you use any of those frames, if you type in frames and you say you like one that's maybe a star, you would just take your picture and scroll it over that, and it will put it inside. And then you can also click on the picture because it will kind of fit it to the picture. But let's say like it's cutting you off like right here and you want more, like it's like this and you want more of your face in it. You can take your picture, click the picture and take the 2 dots on the side and bring them together or bring them out to come closer or farther away.
Thank you.
Yep. I love Canva. I use Canva for everything. So really, I mean, the way they have it designed, it's so easy to figure out, and you aren't really going to mess anything up. Take a chance and just scroll through, click through what they have, pull things over. They always have like an undo button. It's that back arrow. So if you put something on your page, you're like, that's not what I wanted, you can hit that back arrow and it will take it off. Or
Amber,
you
if
accidentally remove something.
if somebody wanted to teach themselves, does Canva have a tutorial, or what have you found as best resources for answering questions as you're
I
learning?
don't know if they have a tutorial. Well, they
YouTube.
have a learn, they do. So if you go up, when you first log in, it will say home templates, features, learn, pricing. They have tutorials, getting started, design, creating videos, present, Canva Pro, Canva for Education. They have it there. But really, I just kind of clicked around and taught myself, or saw whatever other people were doing. And I was like, oh, I can do that. Okay. And then I go and I try it.
Surprised there's not other questions, because this was a topic that a lot of people wanted to know more about.
Are there any compliance things we need to know when we're creating things? Like do's and don'ts from that perspective?
The only thing I would say is don't bother bringing in any Disney stuff. Stay
Right.
away from that. We can only use the images that Scentsy has provided us, and we can't overlay anything on top of them. We can't change it in any way. So if you're going to make something about Disney, don't. Basically, the easiest answer is don't, because you don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to go into that. So just use the images that Scentsy provides for us concerning Disney and create other things.
Well, and there's also a style guidelines on the workstation. If you type in style guide, that talks about logos or the parameters when using a logo on any of your things. I'm trying to find, there is an entire piece on marketing, and I need to see. Let me just type in guide. There is an entire piece about what is compliant, like examples of things that are compliant, examples of things that are not. I'll look for it. And then I will look for it and I will get that. I will post that when I find it.
Yeah. And I know those have asked me before, like with a background. So that picture that I took, that I had of myself on my logo, it had a background to it. And I took the background out. Canva Pro offers the option to remove backgrounds right there within Canva. I'm going to share my screen because I'm going to show you exactly what I use. Because I don't pay for it, I use this. It's called remove.bg. And I basically drag and drop any image onto here. I can upload. So let's see. I went to, I'll show you. Okay, so here was the image. So you basically click it. It has taken the whole background out and it's just me there. And I just hit download. And see, Wendy, mine are showing here at the bottom of my screen.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
mine automatically go into my
Your
download
download
folder,
folder.
right? So like I will open it up
Uh-huh.
and then it will move to my desktop. I'll
Okay.
see the picture so then I can find it.
Okay.
But yeah, this website, remove.bg, is my favorite because again, I don't pay for Canva. So it's a great tool to use. You can get rid of any of the backgrounds. I haven't had a need, like I said, haven't had a need to use Canva Pro. I've been able to find everything or a similar item on Canva. So say I wanted to use a star or a certain set of group of stars, and I found one that had the Pro. I just keep searching till I find one that I like that's free. I haven't had the need to pay for that. But I know there are some that pay for it.
Now, I found a Facebook page, a Scentsy consultant Facebook page that they are like a Canva group and they share their templates. And that's kind of how I got more used to Canva, because I would take whatever they did and I would rearrange it, or I would take the watermark stuff off of it and drop stuff in, or I would clean it up. Sometimes I thought the stuff they made was too busy and I wanted it simpler. I'd take
Yep.
their information off and put mine, and then I would save it. And that helped me start to navigate and click around and find things, because they already had it on the page. And if I
Yep.
clicked on it, then I could figure out where they got it from and how I could remove it or rearrange. So I have recently started making some documents that way. And because it's already done for me, it almost helped me learn even more.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I would take other people's stuff too, that they shared and just play around with it. It's the best
Mhm.
way to learn.
Yeah. And I'm glad you
Right.
showed us that, how you did that picture in that frame,
Mhm.
because making things not square all the time,
Right.
I like those edges better. So that makes sense to me now.
Yep. Yeah, because I even got frustrated with that, because at first I was like, I don't like the squareness, how it like cuts off the picture and it's pointy, and I don't want it pointy. I want it kind of flowing, and
Yeah, you
I
can make
figured it
QR
out.
codes
Yeah.
too. I've done the QR
Yes.
codes on
Yep.
Canva.
You can make QR codes. You just hit the QR code button, type in the URL, and it will pull it up and it will paste it onto and then you can make it as big or as small as you want.
Can you show where that is? Because that's a lot of questions also was QR codes, Amber. I don't know
Yep.
if you can just at least show them where that's located.
Yep, can do that. Let's see, okay. So when you're on your design, the QR code is right here. It says QR code. Click it. And I'm just going to put in my website, hit generate code, and right there it is. And I can make it as big or as little as I want. And there it is. And down here you can make, because I know sometimes it starts off really small, you can zoom it in so it's easier for you to see, and you can push this to the side so you have a bigger viewing area too. This
How
is
did you
about
say you made it
showing.
clickable?
Oh, I made mine clickable by making sure the items highlighted. So there's blue lines around here. You go up to this link and you basically put in the link that you want. Again, so if somebody's viewing this on their phone, I just hit enter. So if someone's viewing this on their phone, they're obviously not going to be able to take a picture of this QR code. So what I did was I also made it clickable in my websites if I would make this into a website, so that all they had to do was click it. So now when I click on this, you'll see that the link, this is called a link here, is highlighted there in gray. That shows that is linked. And then Canva has all these cool little, let me see here if I can pull it up. Let's see if I don't know what exactly they're called, but you see this little guy who's actually moving. Like you can put that into, now if you're doing a still picture, this isn't going to work. But if you're doing the website, this would actually move so that they would actually click on that. So I'll pull back up my website here that I did. I did a Scentsy website. You'll see these arrows here are actually moving. They will actually move for whoever is viewing it. And like down here, I have the little hand that's going telling people to click it, basically. Canva has a lot of these guys that are free and are great to use. But again, if you're making a still picture, a JPEG, they're not going to move on the JPEG. Now you can make, I think you can make, used to be able to make a GIF, but I don't know where that's at anymore, or if that's a thing. I think maybe if you go to download, yeah. So if you go to download, you can hit this short clip, no sound, and that would work too. Then your picture would, this hand would then move. But otherwise, it's not going to move.
Amber, when you said that you made that a website, so when they clicked on it, it just took to those 4 pages for them to read. Is that correct? And then when it got to your
Right.
QR code, they would click on it and then it would take you to the website, to your website.
Yes.
Okay. So you were
Yeah.
making a little website link to read those 4 pages.
Yep. So what I did was I made it a website. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to put in my website, and then I'm going to, I think it's called it Scentsy. See, and it popped it up as a website.
Okay.
Now, I use Rebrandly, and that's how I could rebrand it to a shorter URL versus this long one. That's how I made that.
And
But
did you come up with all the verbiage in there, or did you pull that off of the website, or what did you do? I mean, I didn't really read it. Did you just kind of create that verbiage in there?
Yeah, so I actually think Tammy shared this, and it was a postcard, because for the longest time I had it on a back of a postcard, and I was like, I need to make this a website so that if I'm talking to somebody,
You can click, you can send it to them.
I can send them to them versus mailing a postcard. And I just basically redid it and redid the text and everything, but it was the exact same of what she had shared, whether Tammy made it up or she got it from
Yeah,
somewhere
Melissa and I did it. Melissa and I did it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's out on the page. If not, we can repost it just so if somebody wanted to take the wording.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to do
Yeah.
that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
You see here that that's clickable. So now I can click it and it takes me
And it
right
goes right to
the
your
join
website.
page. Yep.
Okay.
Wendy, this is what the file looks like.
Yep.
This is what she's saying she used it off of. And let me see if I can tag you in it on the Facebook page, and that'll bump it.
I love using those websites. I'll show you one more time here. I use them. So I call my parties Scentsy socials, and I make them for, so this is the one that I have going on right now. So this is a basket party that I have. And so each of these links here, if people click them, will come up. So if I go to, so here's my Samantha's basket party, which is out right now. I made all of these clickable links that somebody can be on. Here's the catalog. You can order directly from her party. Host your own takes them to the host page. I use these for basically all of my parties that I give my hosts, because it's so much easier. People can text out the link, my link that I sent them.
So this isn't necessarily a Facebook party. This you can do right on your phone or your iPad or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is the party right here.
It's the party. Yep. I do this for my home parties too, because you always have hosts that maybe have people that either can't come to a home party or live far
Right.
away. This allows them to be a part of the party and still get all my information is still here. I made like my Instagram clickable, so it would take them right to Instagram so they could follow me on Instagram. Same with Facebook. It's all clickable that they click it and it takes them directly to my information.
So if you do the link to your VIP page on your Facebook page, if they're not friends with you first, can it still take them directly to your VIP page?
Yeah, it
Okay.
should, because your VIP page should be.
It's,
Well,
I
they
have
would
mine
have to
under
request,
groups.
yeah, they would have to, if it's a VIP page, like mine is not public, but they would be able, it would be able to come up,
Mm-hmm.
like mine comes up here, and
And
they
then
would
they
have
can
to
join.
click join, and then I
Okay.
can approve them from there.
Okay, because normally I would have to invite them to my page and then I would have to friend them and then invite them to my VIP page. This way, it would go right to the
Do it
VIP.
without,
correct?
right, without you having to have 1.5 million people on your page without
Right.
you knowing.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
Thank-
And the good thing about doing the website thing here is anytime you make changes on here, like through the Canva site, like say, oh, you know what? I don't really like these colors. I'm going to change these colors. I'm going to change this color here. Let's do that color. And as long as it's saved, now it has unsaved changes. So as soon as it saves. Okay, so changes saved, changes are saved. I go back to this page. I can reload it. It changes it automatically on here.
Okay.
So I use the same, basically the same pages
Mm-hmm.
for all of mine. So once hers is done,
Mm-hmm.
once the basket party's done, I change the name and I change this link.
Okay.
And then I change on my rebrand, I delete that link and make a new link for the next person. So say the next person is Wendy, and I'll make it Wendy's basket party. And then my branded link, I put what your name, Wendy's name at the end of it instead of Samantha's. So I don't have to keep making
New ones, right?
more. Yeah. Whatever you change on here, if you make it a website, is going to end up changing automatically on the website.
Okay. Now, somebody had told Mary Jane and I the other day that when you make a QR code for your catalog and then the new catalog comes out, the QR codes or the address that your QR code would take you to, it changes. It's the same with the new catalog. Do you know if that's true? So like if I used a document and I said, see more products in my catalog, I wouldn't necessarily have to change that QR code the next season because that stays the same, even though they changed the catalog, the QR code or
Yes.
the address stays the same. Is that correct?
Yes,
Correct.
and
Okay,
but I always check it when the catalog changes.
right.
I always
just
check
to
it
be
first,
sure.
but
I
Okay,
always check my links. I go onto the actual page that I rebranded for people's and I click through them myself to make sure that they are correct.
right.
Because sometimes the links don't change. You thought you changed it, but it didn't really change. So I always check. I go through everything and make sure it's all working before I send it out. But yes, the QR codes, if you have it to the flippable catalog that's on your website, as long as Scentsy has updated it on their end, it will be the same and that
Okay.
catalog will change.
And that was more or less in the case of printing stickers and trying to figure out, we didn't want to overprint stickers because then the address might change, and technically it
Correct.
stays the same.
Correct. Your QR code would stay the same. Yeah.
Okay,
and I've had mine set for a couple years to point to the catalog and it continues to work. That
Yep.
isn't to say that it will the next time, but I
Right.
mean, so
but
far,
just always double check.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
far they have kept it in the same place. So
Okay.
yeah. Cool. Amber, thank you so much. A lot of chat comments in the chat saying this was really helpful, and I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. Okay, Tammy, you want to pull a name for our giveaway for tonight's Zoom participation? Who's it going to be? Dun dun dun.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Yeah, Mary Jane. She's like the belle of the ball. Her and Rachel Pouget.
Do you want to do a second one?
Yeah.
I'll do the second one.
Yeah, let's do a second. Watch, it's going to be Pouget.
Cassie.
Oh, yay. Okay, awesome. All right, so Cassie, yeah, Tammy, you got Cassie. I got Mary Jane.
Okay, Cassie, send me your address.
All right. Mary Jane, you are the winner. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. I will get this uploaded to YouTube so that you can refer back to it. Amber, thank you so much. And everybody.
A reminder next
Reminder?
week is reporting. Everything about reporting, how to use the reporting. So how to use it to benefit your customers, how for your team, and your personal use. So Michelle Snyder from home office will be giving the training. So it should be a good one.
Good. Thank you for that commercial and that plug. And I want to, in addition, say, even if you don't have a team or you're a team of one, you still can learn how to pull reports so that you can see your own numbers. So just keep that in mind. It is a really, really good and helpful tool to be able to know what you're looking for and where to go. All right, you guys, have a great night. Thank you so much.